Hey, what's up? This is Casey with another episode of the show Don't Have a Name For. Today's shirt of the day is End Epilepsy, and it's purple. Purple is the color for epilepsy, and November is Epilepsy Awareness Month. So, if you don't know me, my name is Casey. I am, let's just say, moderate epileptic. I live in South Korea as a teacher. I just got a new teaching job. And a new apartment about, let's just say, a little more than a month ago. So a little more than a month ago, I moved here. So on that moving day, I moved, and this apartment turns out to be a lot smaller than I expected it to be. So I had to buy these curtain hanger, clothes hanger things from my local Target, Walmart type of place. So I went in there and I grabbed some granola bars and some cereal and some stuff and paid, and next thing I know there's 1,000 Korean people talking to me. And, you know, one of the scariest things for me as an epileptic is all of a sudden I don't know where I am. People are asking me questions, and especially being in a country where I'm a minority, where I don't speak the language very well. You know, people are asking me all the blah, 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 blah. And even if you ask me, you know, what day it is, what my name is, what my hometown is, I might not know the answer for a few minutes. So it takes a while for my brain to reload. And finally, I realized, okay, I just had a seizure. On my phone, it says, my name is Casey. Or it doesn't say my name is Casey, but it says, I have epilepsy, I'm not drunk. It says it in English and Korean. I have something that looks like a dog tag, but instead it's a medical alert badge, but it says, you know, I have epilepsy. So I was like, I'm fine, don't worry about me, I'm fine, you know, bye. And they're like, no, you can't leave. I'm like, no, I paid for all my stuff, I remember that part, you know, I just want to go home. This is embarrassing for me. One of the after effects is I always just want to be alone. I feel ashamed. I want to get out of here. Nope. You have to stay here. You have to stay here. I'm like, what? No, I'm fine. I don't want to fill out anything. I'm not going to sue anybody. I just want to go home. Like, go away from me. Like, no, we called the ambulance. The ambulance is coming. Like, and I'm American, so I feel like every trip to the hospital costs me $1 billion. In Korea, the ambulance is free. So I'm like, no, I don't want to go to the ambulance. You know, it's going to cost so much money. And plus, I just don't want to do it. It's a waste of time. Everything's fine. They're like, no. And all of a sudden, walks in an EMT, and she spoke English, and she was like, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. I'm like, I am okay. I'm fine. And she was like, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. So they drove me to this ER. And one of the beauties of Korean medicine, and I've been to unfortunately, I've been to a lot of ERs in my life. But in Korea, it's just usually so fast. So this ER, basically, I filled out a form, I sat down, and they called me. And, okay. So the EMT kind of told the doctor and told the nurse what was going on. And I think everybody spoke English, but they're like, okay, well, you're going to be fine. And I didn't even realize I had a pad over my eye, but I had a pad over my eye. And so they took that off, and just at the same time, the nurse, the EMT, and the doctor just went, oh, God. And I was like, can somebody just please tell me what is going on? And they're like, we're sorry, we can't treat you here. I was like, what are you talking about? I have insurance. I have health insurance. My school pays for my health insurance. They're like, this is a small ER. You need plastic surgery. Like, I'm like, what? Like, your face is, you are really messed up. You know, this is an old photo, but like, I was like, have you seen my face? You know, my face is it's always messed up. So, like, can you guys please just tell me what's going on? Like, they all kind of looked at each other like, we're going to get ready to go to another hospital. I'm like, all right. So finally, I just looked at myself in the mirror. And if you're easily grossed out, you know, this is what I saw in the mirror. So that cut went just about to the bone, you know, cut through a lot of muscle. My eyebrow still doesn't go all the way up. So it's been a little more than a month. This is the scar right here. The eyebrows don't match up anymore. It's still not, it always looks like it's cocked. It always looks like I've got like an Aquaman, Khal Drogo eyebrow. It doesn't match up all the way. But they said, good grief, you know, if you were an inch lower, you would have lost your eye there. So we went to the other ER, and you know, the EMT, she was so nice. I think she was a step away from holding my hand and everything. She was like, "It's gonna be all right. It's just gonna be a scar." I'm like, you know, look, I've got them all over her. But I went to the ER and filled out this form, and this was a much bigger, much more intense ER emergency room. So I went from like a tiny one to this one, and this room had maybe 7 other people in it, and it was Saturday, and people were yelling and screaming. There were people crying and pooping and peeing. You know, people were drunk, yelling at the nurses. I think a guy kitty cornered from me died. You know, I was doing sober October, so I was actually sober, and I had been sober for quite, you know, a week and a half or so. So this was just boring and horrible. But on top of that, the guy who we called him an orderly, you know, when I went from this place to get an X-ray or a CAT scan or something, he hit about every single wall possible as he was going from one room to the X-ray room. Now, obviously, I had a head wound, so I was like, hey, you know, can you not hit? I don't want to be a dick or anything, but can you not hit every single thing in here? You know, I don't think he gave a shit, or maybe he was trying for a record or something. So, and nicely enough, they had a Korean nurse who spoke English, and she came down about every hour, and she said, you know, as you can see, it's really busy. It's kind of a nut show. You know, if you have to go to the bathroom, you know, just yell. They didn't have any buttons or anything. And, you know, we're overcrowded and COVID, blah, 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 blah. And every hour or so she would come in, and she's like, the surgeon's coming, but he's just really busy. You know, the surgeon's coming, he's really busy. And so I don't know if they were just trying to open up some beds, but eventually they wheeled me out and started to work on my eyebrow. And I was just like, I tried to be like Rambo or James Bond or Arnold in every single movie, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to sound like a wuss or anything, but can you please put some Novocaine or something in my eyebrow? Like, this thing you're using to suture me up, again, this is gross, but that's how big it was. But the needle that they were using, it looks like, you know, the fish hook that they used to catch jaws with. I mean, I was like, look, this really hurts. Like, can you at least numb me up or something? Like, this is really freaking painful. And they're like, oh, we didn't do that? Okay, we're going to wheel you back. I don't know if they just didn't have the authority to do it, or they forgot, or they were like, this guy is just a wimp, we're not going to help him. So then I waited for another few hours, and then finally they're like, oh, the plastic surgeon came, and then he came, and he was super nice. He spoke English perfectly. He turned out to have gone to the same school as one of my older roommates. And he's like, yeah, you have no idea how crazy a Saturday at the ER would be. And, you know, one of my old friends is or he used to be a ER doctor in Korea, but he sewed me up. He was like, yeah, you know, I have to wash my face with this certain stuff and all this other crap. But let's see if there's any photo. These are the end stitches. I think it was 20 in total, and then I had to get them pulled. And when I pulled them, I ended up finding a few extras in there because remember they stitched it and then they re-stitched it. So it was not a very fun experience. So my first, let's say, 2 weeks of school at my brand new job, I showed up looking like I got, you know, to the bar fight of bar fights. Some of the little kids nicknamed me Harry Potter. When the actual plastic surgeon came, he gave me shots. This is still really numb, you know. I can't really feel it that well, but it's also hard to move. I used to be able to do a lot more stuff with my eyebrows, and now it's just, you know, paralyzed. So this is just a little tale of what having epilepsy is like, you know. Sometimes going to the store to buy some stupid piece of junk, you know, can totally change your life and totally change your face. So that's that. All right. Thanks for listening. Please remember, and Epilepsy Awareness Month is really important. It's important to my heart, my face, but also, you know, we really need to take care of, you know, people. You know, there are plenty more people worse off than me. Thanks for listening and watching. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Okay, thanks a lot. You're the best. Bye.